Alright, Kiss Army, it's time to drop the needle, kiss my wax.
Alright everyone, welcome to episode 8 of Kiss My Wax. Thank you for joining us again this week. Appreciate all the support. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a guest on, a special guest on, who we're just going to shoot the shit with him about his Kiss collecting, his vinyl collecting, and all of that jazz. We're not going to cover a specific record this week, so we'll get back on track soon after this. But we want to have some of these people on to discuss their collections and stuff like that, just to give some variety to the show from time to time, and so we don't run out of records to talk about.
That's what I keep saying, because we're going to run out of records to talk about.
We'll run out of records eventually. But this week, we're going to talk to John Humphrey. John Humphrey is the former drummer from the Nixons and current drummer of the band Seether. And he's a Kiss fan and a Kiss collector like all of us. And he's really into vinyl, as you can see behind him. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. So it's not all Kiss, but it's a lot Kiss.
I love vinyl, and I listen to it,
But we're really happy to have you with us this week, John, and we can't wait to get into all this stuff. And so let's go. I guess we'll start with Andrew. You got some stuff to show right now?
Yeah, I got some stuff. It actually came yesterday. For those of you who saw last week's episode, that was the best unboxing, so I didn't want to have to unbox again. So this came in a normal box. So this came in this, and it's just full of bubble wrap, but got some cool things. These are all sealed, and we'll see how I feel at the end of the episode if I want to open them or not. But we got a seal. This is the original Unplugged. It got the poster in there. I'm not sure what color vinyl it is because they,
probably black if it doesn't say.
It doesn't say, but so it could. Who knows? So so I got that. That's sealed. Might open that later. I got a 1985 Asylum with the hype sticker, and it looks like it just came off the shelf yesterday. So it's really nice. This one I'm going to keep sealed just because I have a really nice Asylum also too. This is kind of weird. I found out this was a Canadian single. This was the I Was Made extended mix, and it says it was marketed by Polydor, which is from Canada, and it's actually only one side because there's another one where the B side is Charisma, which I also have. Right. But this is one side, and this is sealed. I don't know. Was this supposed to be sealed? I don't know. I don't know.
That's first copy of that I've seen from Canada.
Yeah,
but
it says nice. It says it right down there. It says Polydor, right down there.
Yeah.
Wow. So got that,
nice.
Which was cool. This is just
Andrew getting stuff we don't have. Can you imagine that?
I know.
Good.
Unbelievable.
It's about time. So really nice. Really, really nice Dynasty Polygram 85. Wow. Because the one that Tom gave me looks like he dragged it behind a car before he gave it to me. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. It was actually, I wasn't even looking. This was just a bonus. So, but the real reason why I bought the lot is because this is a sealed copy of Revenge, which I guess is from 95. So, cool. I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably the gray marble version.
Yeah, the blue has an OBI or an OB under the cellophane, doesn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
So, but I saw one today on eBay that had a sticker that said, "Oh, actually, you know what? I see the sticker has probably been removed. I see it right now. It says so that's probably where it said gray marble right there." So,
what's that say on the back where the UPC would be up in the top right corner?
It has a UPC.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right. Hey, man, I'm looking on the computer. I thought maybe it might have been H&H or something.
Well, my Creatures that I opened on the air had the H&H sticker on the front. So, I don't know. Let's see how I feel at the end of the episode. Because the cell
you're going to have to open it. You don't know what you got, man. You have to open it.
All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Are you really?
I'm going to do it right now, yeah.
No!
What do you mean,
You're
no?
killing me.
He should, man.
And he doesn't even save the plastic.
I'm hurt. Why would you
there's
not
nothing.
save the plastic?
There's nothing special
What's
about the
the matter
plastic. There's no
with
hype
you? I've got
sticker
to
on
Go,
it.
Andrew, go. You can give that back to Gore. He'll seal it back for you.
Oh, man.
All right, so it's open.
Hey, I can take all your stuff to our pressing plant up here and get them all resealed.
There you go.
Ooh. All right, so obviously it's got it's got this. This is a cool photo of the band.
Yeah,
it's a cool photo of the band, and it is. It's the gray marble.
Neat.
Nice. I don't have that one.
I don't either.
Look at that.
God, that's 2 you got on us, Andrew.
See, there you go. Gray marble. And it's a little snug in here. And it
So,
looks like...
Andrew,
Yeah.
did you get all of these from the same seller?
Yes, it was a lot, and I made him
Wow.
an offer on the lot because this is the only one that I wanted in the lot.
It was
Revenge.
it was pretty cheap too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, you got a
I
good deal.
Got a good deal
Awesome.
on that. So
Awesome.
there we go. Revenge is open, and I have a nice little slip cover for it. So that completes. So that means I have every USA record, almost every USA record. I don't have a live 3, so that's what I'm missing. I don't have any of those alive 3s. That's the next thing I'm going to have.
You mean a pressing of all? Of
A pressing of
A
all.
pressing of all them. Some I have multiple pressings
yeah.
of. When we get to Dress to
yeah.
Kill and Rock and Roll Over, I have many. For some reason, I have many more Dress to Kill and Rock and Roll Over than any record I have. Any record I have. So there you go. So Tom, what do you got? Because you probably got something. I remember the first time I opened up my Smashes record, you were like, "Oh, I got this Australian white vinyl." So
Yeah.
This is actually pretty cool because John. I'm not going to show the other side because John's got his address on there. But there's one record in there. Look, this guy knows how to pack a record. All right, so let's open this thing up.
John, you got to watch last week's episode. It's the funniest unboxing.
It really is.
It's the funniest unboxing.
What was the album that you guys covered?
Destroyer.
Destroyer.
Oh,
Destroyer,
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I told Andrew I
Oh.
spent all of last weekend driving my wife crazy, just on the computer, catching up, watching all your episodes in their entirety. So
Is that
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was fun.
All
I
right.
got sucked in.
Well, first of all, the great thing. Look here, man. I got a John Humphrey autograph.
Hey!
And you know what?
It's
I
ruined.
screwed up
It's
when
ruined.
we did this trade because I was going to ask you to sign something. So there you go, man. Look at here, man. You got the corners protected. and
Yeah.
everything.
Well, it looks like Axel's, packing.
Yeah. No, it's
I tried
good.
to-
It's
Yeah, I definitely try to do the extra, man. I know how it feels when you've finally gotten that thing you've been waiting for, that album you've been waiting for, and the corner got bumped.
You should see my
Yeah.
Destroyer last week. You really.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the unboxing because it's
It was just a crappy copy, man. That wasn't. I'm still laughing about that.
laughing
was
out.
Okay, all right. Take me a minute there.
It was in a box about the size of a small refrigerator.
Yeah, it was. It looked like a mini fridge, the box, and the record was just like thrown in there.
So the whole thing was comedic.
Really? Okay, Andrew, you tell me. All right, see if you've been paying attention. What would that indicate?
It's Canadian, right?
No, sir. South African.
South African. I knew because I knew the
Yeah,
love
yeah.
gun on there
Yeah.
meant something. I just
Yeah.
couldn't remember what we were talking about last week.
Yeah. So this gives me. Thank you very much, John. I know this
You
meant
bet.
a lot to you.
Yeah, I personally flew that from South Africa
Yeah,
in my lap with a stack of records I always bring back.
Man, I would too. That leaves me just short Peter Chris. It's always Peter Chris.
I
Yeah.
know, that was all. I'm glad. See, I watched the episodes. I saw you bust out the other two, and I only had the Ace. I've gotten some other copies of stuff, but that's the only Ace one. And I went, Tom's closer than I am. It's going to be, even with being in a band with a couple of South Africans, it's
Right.
like, it's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
find stuff. We
Yeah.
go there once, every 2 years, and it's still, it's hard to find stuff, man.
Well, thank you very much, John.
You got
Thanks
it. You got it. So do I open yours now?
Yes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Tom's box here. Nice box. Good and padded.
Nice box. Nice box.
Nice box.
You got a nice box, Tom.
Bust it open there. I thought I'd. Nice.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Last
right?
thing you want to hear
Oh.
is, oh my God.
Yeah.
Left plenty of space around it.
Cut. I've got to cry.
I'm sorry I asked. And he told me, he's like, Jason's kind of interested. So, I'm sorry, it's already taken. And then he hit me back and I went, all right.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Japanese solo
Oh,
album
I made it there.
box.
I'm jealous.
And actually, I'm going to make a lot of people jealous. This will be my second one.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm sorry. My first one has the promo copies of the standard editions. And then this one will be home to my picture disc, my 4 picture disc.
Beautiful.
So they'll go in there.
See, you
And I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
See, the reason why I don't like any of you right now is because you guys have like multiples of things, and then like you won't just hook a guy up because you got multiples of them. So
I'll
Guilt.
hook you up with that
And in
double
the
platinum.
guilt.
I'll hook you up with that double platinum. I
because
just need to
Jason,
get
you have several of the misprint Alive 2s. John
I have
sold one.
several. I have two.
You have
And they're
several.
different. and they're different. One is cut
Yeah.
corner and one isn't. I told you I can't get rid of one of those. If I get a third one, it's yours. I
All
promise.
right.
So awesome, Tom.
somebody-
Thank you very much. I've been looking
Thank
for
you,
that.
John. Thank
It was
you. And
great.
man, that
Yeah,
was a
got it.
timely trade too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we got it. We were like, if we do it priority and we get it, done on this day, hopefully we'll have them in time for the show. And Tom texted me last night and, did you get it? And I'm like, no, maybe tomorrow. So literally an hour before the show, it arrived.
Wow. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you. Jealous, but I'm happy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's I don't know, let's maybe we have no script, so
Right.
tell us about Kiss, how you got into Kiss and all that stuff.
Gosh, I'm right in between, it sounds like, age between Jason and Tom there. So I was a little bit older than Jason in the late 70s. I got into them around that time. My grandmother worked part-time in a convenience store on weekends, and she would bring home Elvis bubblegum cards and Kiss bubblegum cards.
Neat.
And I was already an Elvis fan from little. That's another story. But got into Kiss, with the cards even before the music. So this would be like second grade. So 79, they come through. I'm in Oklahoma. They played Norman, Oklahoma on the Dynasty Tour. Old enough then, obviously, to know who the band was. I had friends who were going. I didn't get to go. My first show, and I think like Jason and Tom you saw, was Creatures. That's the first time I got to see them in '83. And it was the same thing. Ace changes makeup? Who's that guy? You know what I mean? It was really cool because, the lights lift up and the smoke's pouring out and, and you look and it's like, wow, Ace looks weird, man. And later you find out about Vinny and
Right.
Ace not being there.
Oh, come on.
Some guy actually believed me when I said that on the page. Anyway,
Vinny
continue.
who? What do you mean you
Vinny
don't
who?
know?
Surely you're joking. Yeah, it turned into a big ordeal. But anyway.
So I was the typical kid, man, putting Kiss concerts on in my backyard, jumping around, lip syncing,
Yeah.
putting on the makeup, driving my parents crazy, posters all over the wall, tearing up magazines. Before I was able to play music professionally, through high school and after high school, I worked in record stores. So got into collecting vinyl, went to conventions, and being a Kiss fan, I am into the merchandise, the 70s stuff especially. I collect all that, but the center of my collection has always been the vinyl. Always come back to that. So the great thing about touring and being in the position that I'm at, man, days off, I'm hitting record stores, pawn shops, looking around. I have a blast. Of course, I blow all my per diem on records, but
Yeah.
there you go.
And then you can't eat. So.
Yeah, and, hopefully the catering's okay.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So, well, I mean, you got any? Let's talk about some of your favorite pieces in your collection.
Yeah, I sent Andrew some photos.
I'm looking at him right now.
We'll pull them up as we go here, but I can hold up stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm into promo stuff, especially, and we talked about Japan and the solo albums earlier. This is a copy of the Japanese copy of the originals, and this is the white label promo version, which is kind of difficult to find, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gone back and and with a sticker there. And then Tom, of course, already held one up, but I love this. It's the Australian double platinum.
How long
Nice.
have you had that?
Yeah.
I've had this one about 4 years now.
Wow.
And I had a guy from France offer me just recently $1,000 for it.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Wow.
I couldn't part with it. I still can't, it's just, this one's very clean. And, like Tom says, it's nearly impossible to find, especially in this condition. Yep. So I have
looks
that.
like a nice one.
Then, of course, Andrew's going to rib me about the misprint of Live 2. This is a sealed one.
Oh, shit.
And this is kind of interesting to note, Tom. The date on this sticker, obviously, it's a cutout. It has a corner cut off.
Yeah.
But the sticker is dated its price is $3.99, but it's 1979 is on the sticker.
Interesting.
So November 79. So it got cut out, sent back, and then resent, dated 79 for $4.
Wow.
This is the misprint.
Is that the one that you found that you said for $8?
No
the
way. No
one I
way.
found in Kansas City, like everybody who collects Kiss vinyl and always has to flip over an Alive 2 in a record store, right? Got to see if it's the misprint.
Yeah,
I looked at
absolutely.
Kansas City. I finally found one without a cut corner, and I couldn't believe it. I flipped it over. The guy didn't know what he had. It was priced at $8.
Oh,
Misprint.
I got my last one for 12.
I hate you both. I
It
hate
was a
both of
great
you.
feeling. I was just in the record store, and I'm sure the guy was looking at me like, "What's that guy having a fit about?" You know.
yeah.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, Andrew. Or go ahead, Jason.
I got both of my copies off eBay in the last year for $40 each by just looking at Alive 2 auctions.
Yeah.
I would see the back, and then somebody would have it up for a bid, and I would say, "Hey, if you want to sell this, I need a copy now. I'll give you $40 for it." And they're like, more than happy, thinking they're only they're going to get $10.
They're not necessarily Kiss collectors, and they have no idea. They don't know.
Yeah, people that have 1,000 records posted, they have no idea.
Right.
And they all sold them. So.
Well, you know the crazy thing about mine, when I got mine, that wasn't even the best record I got in that store that day. To me, it wasn't. John, you ever heard of a store called Bananas down in, I think it's in St. Petersburg?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They're one of my accounts. Yeah.
Great store, man. So that's where, so I'm going through all the Alive 2s they've got in there, and sure enough, I find that, and damn, I'm excited,
That's cool.
And so then I'm looking for singles. And so, if you go in there, they've got their singles in boxes, and so nothing's sitting out. And so I go through and I find, the box that's got Ace Frehley, and I start going through it, thumbing through it, and I get to a Camel label copy of New York Group, which that's what that. And so I'm like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. I've got about 3 of these, and I don't know why, but I flipped it over and it had a damn Filmworks label on the other side.
Oh wow!
Yeah, $2.
Wow.
$2.
Wow.
And honestly, that's one of those things. I'm really excited about it.
Sure.
I don't know how you would put a value on the thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's worth $5, maybe it's worth 2,000, but it was exciting to me.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. That's cool. Very unique.
That's a good day, man.
Yeah. All right, John, back to you. Sorry.
Back to you. What else you got?
And then this is probably not a big deal to you guys, but I recently got, with all countries, I don't really collect like the entire series. Like I try to get highlights, like Australia, obviously the double platinum. In Japan, I'm kind of like, I go up to look it up, and that's kind of about it for me. This is a Canadian copy, a 70s, a quality pressing. This is Destroyer with the gatefold, which I've been wanting for a long time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
That's kind of different. Not in the best shape, but they're pretty hard to find as well.
And so, would you just the Canadian? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the Canadian quality pressing has a gatefold.
Well, by this time that our episode 7 will have aired, and that's what I told my story about making my first copy of gatefold, because I saw a Canadian version.
Yeah.
Don't show him that. Don't show him that.
Come on.
You made one yourself?
Well,
yes, he did. He just did this about 6 months ago, by the way.
He did it last week.
This is my first ever Kiss record. I showed it last week.
Got it. You kept it.
I still have it. It says for sale.
Yeah.
I think I tried to sell it in a yard sale at one point. But anyway, I saw somebody around here had that Canadian Destroyer, and it was gatefold, and I was confused. So I made my own gatefold.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Could use a little glue.
A little.
Hey, that is history right there.
That is.
Without this, there would be no Kiss.
That's the first album for you. That's the
first album I ever owned.
Copy. That's
the
awesome.
Copy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The copy.
That's
I don't
great.
have any of the other ones.
Right.
Because what happened was I, lost sets of records over the years.
Sure.
Because I used to take my records, like my aunt would babysit me, and I would take my stack of records with me to listen to them at her house.
Sure.
And one time I took them all, and including this one, and left them in the back window of the car, and they all warped.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I ended up throwing all those records. I don't have the original record, Destroyer record in this. I just have the
Just
cover.
the cover.
But I never could throw that cover away.
Yeah.
So I kept that cover all this time, and
That's awesome.
how it looks.
So I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah, Andrew doesn't. He thinks it's stupid.
It's stupid. Throw it away. There's another because I don't know if you guys know this, but I've mentioned John in a lot of times on these episodes because well, first there was the Alive 2 thing, But when I was looking
Yes,
for
yes,
my
cryptically. Cryptically.
when I was looking for my
I have this
second-
friend who's a total jerk to me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, when I was looking for this record, and then I'll pull it out here. When I was looking for this copy of the Kiss with the sticker, him and I we outbid each other. We were in a bidding war on eBay with that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just lost that. And I'm texting him, goes, oh, that was you? Because I just won that. And I'm like,
I had no idea.
son of a bitch. But I found one later, so I finally got one.
Yeah, that's the 9001,
Mhm.
and looking forever for a copy with Kissing Time, both on the label and on the vinyl. I had one where it was on the label but not on the vinyl.
I have that too.
It's hard to find that copy with the sticker and
Oh,
everything.
God.
So we were in
Yeah,
a
I'm looking
bidding
for
war and
that,
had no
yeah.
idea. Had no idea.
And he won it, and I was pissed. And then
Damn right.
Damn right.
It's probably a good thing you didn't know, because which one of you is going to step away from it, you know?
it's true.
Right.
It's
Right. You know, that's the hard thing. And Tom on one of the episodes was cracking me up. You know, about it's hard going to record stores with fellow Kiss collectors,
Oh, yeah.
or to
Yeah.
conventions with, you know, you guys run to the same stuff, and one pulls it out. You can't really be happy for him. Look at this,
Yeah.
man. God, I've been looking for this forever. And you're like, you know, or you find it. And I totally got that back in the days when you went to record conventions with, you know, your buddies, and it was the fight for the Kiss stuff. I
Yeah.
lost a lot of friends trading growing up.
Unfortunately, I did too. You know,
Got into bad fights, man.
that's why you guys find me kind of hesitant about, you know, wanting to sell you stuff and all that. I'm very leery of it, you know, just very
I
leery.
get it. I'm
I totally
totally
get
fine. It's Andrew.
Yeah, but see, well, it's Andrew, right? No, but see, like
I will sell you the record, but
see,
you know,
but like here's
I don't
like
want you being pissed at me.
no.
sometimes.
Right,
Here's
right.
what I think. Here's what I think. I think there's a way to treat everybody else. Then like we're kind of
No.
we're kind of connected because
And
of
there's
this
a way
show.
to treat Andrew.
No, because I would do the same thing
Yeah.
for you guys. If you guys needed something, I'd be like, all right, well, you know, I'll hook you up. So, or just pay me what it's worth. I wouldn't think twice if you guys needed something of mine that I had an extra of. And I'm not saying that negatively
Oh, an
against you
extra,
guys.
an
I'm
extra.
not. So if you know one of us had an extra or could hook us up, like, you know, Tom, you hooked up those originals cards. That was great. I needed that. If there was something like that I had that you guys needed, I would hook you up. No problem.
I know you would.
No
I know you would.
No problem. So
All right.
Yeah,
We
contrary
know
to
you're a
popular
nice
belief.
guy.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, you're a nice guy. So,
sometimes,
so that's hilarious.
you should see the you know, as we're talking about playing the shows, you should see the messages between the three of us. You know, more than likely once a week I'm calling one of them a bag of dicks. Just
All the time.
Yeah, I saw your artwork posted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've seen that. That's not the first time we've seen it. Not the first time. No.
Good times.
I'm not sure how that went with the theme of let's all be nice to each other
Yeah.
in that post, but
I'm just,
okay.
oh well.
We can set an example. Tried to set an example for fellow collectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bag of dicks. So that's hilarious.
You
So
bag of
you
dicks.
got any other highlights?
You know he does.
Let's.
Yeah, I pulled a couple things. I have to, again, give a nod to the page and to you guys. Tom, I learned about, I had no idea, you know, a tan label version of Creatures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was, found that on Amazon. A guy happened, which is rare, to put up photos with his item,
Yep.
Wow.
with the description. And
So where's
They
that
will
from?
pick that
Where's
up.
that from? Is that from the U.S.?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
yeah,
an
this is
83,
US, the
84.
No
tan
way.
label. I don't even see that.
That's the
Oh, yeah, we
Keystone
see
LP. Man.
Yeah.
That's,
And then,
that's the one that it all revolves around.
Yeah, which I had no idea. I had never seen one and only learned by, you know, you guys, the page, and talking about it, the episode. So it has the barcode stuck to the shrink on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then, as Tom says, the magenta 501 there. So that was kind of a cool thing to find.
That's a nice one. So you just recently got that.
Just recently acquired that one.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's a
And
tough-
then, let's see. I was going to pull out the double platinum. Hold on for just a second here.
Sure.
Ah, it's a heck of a records back there.
Yeah, I know, man.
So
Nice.
the last time Seether was in Cleveland, you know, John and I met up with me and my singer Rich and Mr. Speed early, and we hit up a record store, and he literally went through every record in this
Sorry
store.
about that. Edit
Oh,
that out.
Yeah.
So
So
I mean, we were talking about your records back there.
that's a lot. I know. My wife loves it.
I bet.
Yeah, mine too.
And it's amazing. I mean, every apartment, we've been together, since high school. So, been married 18 plus years.
Man, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's way cooler than the Kiss stuff. So.
And but every
make it-
apartment we ever had, every house, rent house, up to owning our own house, I drug my vinyl records every time, dead weight, in crates,
Miserable.
going, oh yeah. And Jennifer, I never took them to a pawn shop. I never dumped them. There were times I didn't have a turntable. I kept them and just kept adding to it,
That's great. Great.
And this, keeping with South Africa, this is kind of cool. This is a double platinum from South Africa that I picked up when I picked up that Ace, Tom.
Yeah, that's got a different font
And
on it,
it's
doesn't it?
it's kind of hard to see the guys because it's just like that it's not embossed at all. It's kind of like a gray outline, kind of weird. But it has the silver custom labels,
No.
Okay.
just very similar to the U.S.
And you know that because you watched episode 5. When
That's
we
right.
talked about the labels.
That's right. And
That's cool.
yeah, that's kind of the few of the highlights. I sent a picture also to Andrew. I have the red box version of the originals, the Japanese
Oh,
box.
cool.
I have a red box as well. So
Did you get that when it originally came out?
I did. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Man, I swear when they, I got the black one, and
Yeah.
really that wasn't even available that long. Didn't
No.
seem like.
Right.
And they announced they were coming with that red one, and instantly I'm going. Now, first of all, I didn't have the money really to have the black one, so I sure didn't need to buy a second. But
Right.
but in my mind, oh, the red one. Okay, so the blue and the green and the purple
Right.
are coming right behind the
Right.
bin,
Right.
That's what
But
that was.
yeah, they fooled all of us, didn't they? What is there, like
They did.
200 of those? I think something. It's way
500,
crazy low
yeah.
number.
Is it 200? Wow. Yeah. I
Seems like
believe
it's
it.
something like that. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they're very rarely out there. But it's like I was saying, dragging the albums, with every time we moved. In the 90s, the H&H stuff didn't even have a turntable. I was buying the Creatures
Right.
Glow in Dark. I was buying the picture disc, For whatever reason, I didn't get the Revenge. I don't know why. I think I already had like a UK copy of that album or something.
Right, because UK is the black one.
Right, I had a black
Black
vinyl version that that I had at the time. So yeah, when the box set came out, around Psycho Circus, ordered that as well.
Cool.
Always had vinyl.
Said vinyl. That's awesome.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, so John, you were talking too. I know you're, even though this is a vinyl, podcast, so we're kind of segueing off a bit today. In my opinion, we should. So you're like a big merchandise guy, aren't you? I mean, as far as the toys and stuff, you touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you don't have to drag stuff out or whatever, but talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, were you able to, personally, it didn't seem like we had any toys and merchandise in my area when it was originally out.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't have any money anyway, so I wasn't buying any of that. But
Right.
what about you? Did you have stuff originally or just?
No,
kinda
I
go back
had
later?
to recollect that. And Jason talking about that first album. I think my first Kiss album, funny enough, after the getting into the bubblegum cards, I begged to get a Kiss album, and my mom got, of course, K-Tel album.
Yeah.
Remember the K-Tel albums?
Sure,
back
oh,
in the
yeah.
day?
I have several. Yeah.
The album was called Star Power and had Christine 16 on there, and I still have that. It's
All right.
beat up somewhere. I think I've got it somewhere. But to answer your question, Tom, no, as an adult collector, I went back and collected things. My parents just, anytime I saw Kiss stuff, can't afford it, don't have money, which is crazy now looking at the prices those things were, so
Right.
cheap.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of pride myself on, I upgrade stuff as I go. I have like the board game is still sealed and my dolls are in really nice shape. And I have the sleeping bag still with the,
That's nice.
yeah, the ticket in there, or, those kind of things, the record player. And I have the box that goes with it. And so,
Wow.
yeah, I try to go back and upgrade stuff. And I have to say too, it's funny, even Seether fans, they learn that I'm a Kiss fan or whatever. And there's a couple back here signed albums that fans have just given to me that have just come
I
up to me
believe
and
that.
went,
I believe that.
and a guy would be like, man, if you signed this for me, dude, I'm not a big Kiss fan. I got this years ago. You can have this. I'm like,
Dang.
holy crap, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Gladly.
Benefits
so-
of the position.
So I guess it's got perks to have
Yeah.
very kind fans. I've had them bring me Kiss shirts, all kinds of stuff. It was very, very cool.
Actually,
that's
the shirt I was
fantastic.
wearing on last week's show, John got for me at the Oklahoma show.
Yeah.
The Thunder Awakens shirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that was great too, I was kind of surprised. The show, it's probably going to be in one of my top 5 Kiss shows ever.
Really?
And I think it was just the whole day. I went to the acoustic performance, and man, they did World Without Heroes. They sounded great. I'm sure you guys have seen the video. Logan, that kid, got up.
Yes.
Logan's a good friend of mine.
Oh man, he owned the place. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Eric's like, we're gonna get this kid up, and I saw Gina Paul looking at each other like, okay, who's this kid? They didn't know. Eric is the only one they kind of knew this kid was for real. So he gets up there and sits down, and I mean, just counts them in to Nothing to Lose. 1, 2, 3, just like he owned it. I'd be up there shaking, man.
Yeah. Dropping sticks.
I'd be dropping sticks and shit and be like, But this kid just owned it and, sang Peter's parts. He obviously had watched Unplug a million times. I mean, he was great. It was a great experience, that sort of, and then they signed stuff. They would sign, whatever you brought. It wasn't like you can only sign 2 things, man. If a fan brought in 8 things, they took their time, visited with you, and signed all of it,
Well,
It was
great.
awesome. And I had one of the new pinball machines, so I took the back glass and had Eric and Tommy sign that, because the new pinball machine has kind of artwork with Eric and Tommy.
Right.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense for them to sign it. And yeah, man, it was a great day. They did Flaming Youth. The show was awesome. It was a smaller place. I would imagine it would be like seeing them on the cruise, like kind of in one of a smaller venue, because I haven't been to one of the cruises. I'd love to go, but
Yeah, you should
So,
do
yeah.
that, man. You should do that. I'm
I
doing
know. I'm always on the road. I miss everything, man. I
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
everything. I'm so pissed. I miss the Eagles. I never got to see the Eagles live.
it.
And they were just here like a year and a half ago. And yeah, I'm always on the road. I miss everything.
You want to switch?
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't complain. I'm very fortunate. But, I'm a fan of music, too. That's how this all happened,
Right.
Yeah.
You get into music because you love music. And there's only a few bands, and Kiss is one of them. It still makes me feel like a kid, man, when I see them. I mean, Gina Paul walk in, and I'm 12 years old again.
Right.
It's a trip, and it was a lot of fun,
Who are the other ones? Who are the other bands?
I think I just saw Van Halen. I didn't get to meet them or anything, but Roth era Van Halen was a band that, to me, when you saw these guys on MTV, they were just, rock gods.
Look at all the fucking people here tonight. I forgot
That's
the
right.
fucking words.
Yeah,
That's Roth. That's Roth.
that's it, man. That was it.
That's hilarious, man. That's cool.
Yeah, but anyway, Durant, that recently, that was a good show. Yeah, I grabbed a shirt for Andrew, and he's texting me, will you grab the Star Wars shirt? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
And then he sees it, then he goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh,
Oh,
there it
yeah.
is. Okay. They had a venue shirt for the Oklahoma. It was like Detroit Rock Sooners or something. Sooner Rock City, I think it said on the back. Because if you're Oklahoma, you're a Sooner.
Right.
Let me.
Anyway,
And these are
That's
famous.
That's
These are.
better than. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. I'm probably gonna say the same thing that you're gonna say, Tom, because my rants are pretty famous now. Like when I start seeing these shirts, I see Australian Rock City. Australia is not a city. It's not a city.
Yeah.
And like I just see these shirts everywhere. I'm like, who is designing? Why is this a
Right,
shirt?
Sooner Rock City. I didn't really get it, but I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and get that.
Oh, but that's at least a little better than like Australia Rock City. What the fuck? Like what? It's not a city.
Yeah,
Japan
that's funny.
Rock City. No.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But like when they make stuff that's not, and then I just feel like feel like as a fan when I look at these shirts and I'm like,
But it's it's simple to see why they do it. It's so they can make one shirt for the Australian tour instead of 15 shirts for the Australian tour.
Yeah.
They're gonna, it just
Right, for
costs
various
less
cities.
money.
Right.
Yeah, for
Right,
various cities. So, it may not be correct, but that's why they do
Well, we can all wear size 15 shoes, but that doesn't work out too well either.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was the best idea. I'm just saying it's clear to see why they do it.
Yeah, the reasoning. Right.
So,
Well, John, what about so as far as vinyl? let's Kiss. Do you collect 45s at all?
I do.
Any interest in
I do.
those?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
sure
what,
do.
what you got in the way of that, and what do you look for in 45s?
Yeah,
That's a whole different animal.
It sure is. It sure is. I have obviously a lot of the U.S. pressings. Again, I like the promo stuff.
Mhm.
So I have the 3 singles from the first album, and I learned from you watching the episode. I thought the error of the how does it 100 for 100,000 years?
Yeah.
The error
Yeah.
on the promo or the
Yeah.
regular copy 100, comma 00. I have a regular one. 100,000 written
That's the tougher.
properly. And you said that was, I didn't know that. I thought it was the other way around. I thought the error copy was the more common copy. So I've been looking for that. But I like promo stuff. Again, Japanese stuff. I have a lot of the 70s Japanese. I guess one rare one, anybody who collects Japanese Kiss singles. I have Come On and Love Me, the second pressing. The second, apparently that's a rare pressing when they did Come On and Love Me in Japan the second time. It's got a little sash on. It's a little bit different, and anyway, apparently that's collectible. But I like the Japanese stuff. I like Tom. I like some of the Argentina or South American stuff. I have trying to think. I've got a box back here. I mean, I can kind of pull stuff out. I guess.
dig through
Pull
them.
it out, man. Pull it out.
Okay, hang on here.
That's what.
I have the Mexican, the EPs from Mexico.
Oh, I
Cool.
love that artwork.
Cool.
And I do. I
Yeah.
think they're beautiful. And I have the Gamma one there.
Wow. Good stuff.
And,
Those look like they're in good shape too.
See,
yeah, they're pretty good shape.
The cool thing about that Dynasty one that you have, my first bootleg CD was that artwork from that Dynasty 45.
Oh wow!
It was
kinda
from
cool.
Largo, without God of Thunder.
And this is a Canadian 45, but I kind of like. I love the custom label there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
they
favorite
have-
Canadian
yeah.
one. Yeah.
That's really kind of cool. Again, I'm not a completist for every country, but stuff that kind of stands out, I like to pick.
Well, that's me too, John. And I mean, boy, I respect guys that can just go after. I mean, especially when you start going after. Not only I got to have the complete catalog, I got to have the promo copies.
Oh yeah,
Man, my pocket's only so deep,
That's right.
and I got
That's
a
right.
job, so
Yeah.
my time is kind of taken up too. I like to hit the highlights as well.
yeah.
There's a couple guys on the page that
Oh, just incredible.
I just don't even understand how.
Oh, I know.
When somebody tells you they got 1,500 just Kiss, and it's no bootlegs involved in that, man, you've just pretty much got it all. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah. I kind of lucked out. There was a guy who was getting rid of a lot of his international 7 inches, and so I was able to get a lot of stuff kind of all at one time, and that helped quite a bit. Some of it, there's a few things not in the greatest shape. I like the elder stuff. It's a little bit
Yeah.
rare, and it was such a kind of a different time for the band, kind of hard things to kind of find.
Man.
Do you
Love
like
that
the Elder,
stuff.
John?
I do.
I love
Really?
the Elder.
I'm the guy that Kiss can do no wrong kind of
Me
thing.
too. That's me, man.
I do have to admit, there's some 80s stuff, and I'm a big Eric Carr fan. I think that has a lot to do with that was the first time I saw the band live,
Mhm.
and so I have this sort of affinity for that era. And Eric, and I saw them all through the 80s because obviously I was old enough to kind of buy my own ticket and go to the shows. But that wasn't my favorite era of the band. But I've since come to appreciate a lot of the music from that era, and Lick It Up. I love Lick It Up.
You like No No No?
Yeah, right.
Well,
There, you guys were, people rag on Hot in the Shade. I think I know it's made up of demos primarily, but there's a few songs on there I like.
Yeah, me too.
I have a Spotify list. Yeah, I work from home, and so I sell records. That's what I do for a living. I work for a vinyl distribution company in Nashville, and I just have Spotify playlists playing when I'm working all day, and I have every studio Kiss song on a playlist, including stuff that I've brought in that isn't on Spotify, like all of Sonic Boom and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I literally play that 8 to 10, 11 hours a day when I'm working, over and over and over again. So when people are like, "Oh, I threw on Hot in the Shade for the first time in 5 years," I'm like, "Man, I just listened to Hot in the Shade in its entirety yesterday."
Right.
And,
right.
and it's literally every song in the catalog. and I never. The only song I ever find myself skipping is that damn ballad off of Psycho Circus.
Oh,
Right.
I finally found my way.
The
That's the
vomiting
only one. And sometimes I try to make it through it, but other than that, I'll even listen to Nothing Can Keep Me From You. But I'm that guy. They can do no wrong.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I mean, I've just stuck with them all the way through. Especially then, I was, old enough. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. This is like 81, 82. This whole new genre was Motley Crue.
Right.
And everything's coming up. But I bought The Elder. And I remember there was a period there between Dynasty and Creatures where I had kind of, I don't know, gotten away from the band, I guess. And I remember going to a record store and seeing Killers and The Elder at the same time. And I'm just like, wow, they look different, and just being like,
right.
I don't care how they look. I've got to get these albums, and but I've stuck with them, through thick and thin. I always have,
Kindred spirit. These guys, hate on half their careers.
I mean, I suppose you can look back and criticize missteps and here and there, maybe, but I have to give it to him, man. Here it is, 40 years plus.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Do you think he'd still be going to a Kiss show?
Hell no.
It's
No,
especially being in how my life has turned out and in the side of the business and actually becoming a touring, performing musician. I have to admire the longevity, period. Just the longevity, man.
It's interesting, that question of, did you think you would be going to a Kiss show, this far down the road? In my mind, I can't think back, to that time and think that I ever thought of a time without Kiss, because in my mind, at that age, me and you, I assume, were pretty close in age.
Yeah, yeah.
In my mind, Kiss was just going to live on in infinity. I never thought, hey, when is there not going to be a Kiss? It's even hard for me to think now, and at 40 years old, and I know that the guys are getting too old.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I just never even imagined when Lick It Up and Animalize and Asylum were coming out that they're. Wow, I wonder if I'll be going to see Kiss in 25 years.
I know.
I just knew I would be going to see Kiss in 25 years, Kiss was always there.
Or to
So here's an interesting contrast, okay? And again, maybe this is that age thing.
It's gotta be.
In 77 or 76, when the originals came out, okay, and I'm going through that booklet and I'm going, man, this is just 4 years ago. These guys look like crap in these pictures,
Yeah.
and so and I knew they had just begun, so maybe that's where this comes from. But I can distinctly remember in high school, me and my best friend, of course, we were tore up with Kiss, and we decided that when these guys hit 60, mid 60s, we were going to hunt them down. We were going to go find them because we knew these guys would have been retired, gone for decades.
Wow.
And it would be a trick to even find them.
Right.
So, I sure didn't think they'd still be playing.
Wow.
Hats off to them, man. Hats off to them.
I
wish I was in as good a shape as Gene and Paul,
Yeah.
And I mean, they got years on me. But, yeah, man, I totally was convinced that would be so cool. We'll go find these guys. And I hate to say this in a way, from a selfish way, I almost wish that could have happened because I know we could have connected and gotten the great stories from what it was like back when, they were at the top. But, I mean, I should do the same thing with the band Exile. They're here in town. I know you guys know who they are.
Yeah.
And I should go do that.
So they've got great stories.
Yeah. But
even with the people they've met, not just the band itself, but the stories. I'm sure they, rub shoulders with a lot of famous people from that era. Yeah, I remember Exile. Absolutely.
Interesting.
They're probably on that K-Tel album I was talking about. I think they are, maybe, in fact.
I don't know. Yeah, they may be on that. I've got that same record too, man.
Yeah,
I've got the same record. So, man, what else is on that rack back there? I know that it's not just Kiss.
It's not. I'm a big Elvis Presley fan. There's a lot of Elvis. I'm a big Beatles fan. Guys give me shit because I'm kind of stuck in the 20th century with a lot of music. I like new stuff too, but I love Motown. I would say,
Your opinion's right, by the way, not theirs. Your opinion's right, not theirs.
I love music. How can you know where you're going if you don't know where you've been?
Absolutely.
Sort of, you know what I mean? And I just love stuff. I own records, more records probably, that are older than me, than that are records that, were post. Obviously, I grew up in the 80s, so a lot of 80s stuff in there. A lot of guilty pleasure stuff, but,
Motley Crue? Some Motley Crue in
absolutely. Motley Crue,
I mean, did you see my Skype name is Downboys42? I mean, surely you know
Is
where
it?
Downboys comes from.
Oh, yeah. I love
so,
Warrant Man.
Huge Warrant fan. So
Yeah.
I'm a hairband fan to the core.
Yeah. It's I mean, I just totally grew up on the era, man.
Yeah.
I try to explain to my kids, you just now hop on YouTube and watch your favorite band, or watch your favorite drummer play the song that you're trying to learn. I had to listen to the record, the record, a billion times to try to figure out a fill that you ultimately did wrong anyway, because you can't see it.
Right.
But now my son can watch his favorite drummer physically play a part, and you can learn it just like, Right. So my 16-year-old, excuse me, is playing circles around what I was doing at his age. It's just amazing. Wow. But I try to explain, like, there's a time where you watched MTV all day long.
Absolutely.
And it was awesome. And even in the bands you didn't like, you came to appreciate because it was on all the time.
Lots of players back then,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what got me, because that's, I'm a musician too. I'm a drummer too. And
damn, I feel left out. Everybody's a drummer but me.
That's okay.
I'm also a guitar player, but I'm a drummer, at heart. But I mean, that's all of the bands were just full of players, man, full of players.
Yeah. It was a great era.
It was a great era.
So yeah, a lot of 80s stuff back there. Again, I've kind of gotten into Beatles lately.
Got a Butcher cover back there?
I've actually got a stereo that's getting professionally peeled right now, and I have a real nice mono.
Nice.
Back there that is in second state, and I'll leave it in second state. So I want a nice second state, and then I wanted to have the stereo peeled, so I'm having that done right now.
Nice.
So, and it's amazing, man, the internet, and being able to access albums that you only heard that they might have existed. I mean, I had those Music Life Kiss books, those Japanese books, for years, and this Original Twos ad in there. I thought it was a joke with the cartoon, drawing of them on the front. I'm like, I've never seen this,
Yeah.
And then you meet a guy who's like, oh yeah, I've seen one. I've seen one.
You're like, whatever.
I didn't see one until the 90s, and now you can find a copy on eBay right now. There's probably 2 or 3 up.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that. I didn't see that album for years. Didn't even believe, that it existed.
Well, we talk about this. My copy, I've had it since the early 90s. Bought it from a couple that lived in Japan, and they kind of specialize in that stuff. And man, I gave like $350 to $375 for it, and I don't even have an Obi, and it's got copies of the masks.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I just need to go buy another set because it's like $200. And just suck it up on this one.
Yeah. And then just sell, Frankenstein, whatever, and sell.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. The internet has it hasn't shrunk the supply, but it has certainly given people better access to the supply that's out there.
Yeah.
So the stuff that everybody thought was just super rare. Now there's still super rare stuff.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Here, I'll show you one of my favorite ones there.
Sure.
All right. We need to have an episode, Andrew, of just Tom standing there picking up all of his records.
That'll be one of the episodes that I won't be in.
This thing,
that's cool.
Just about impossible to find. And I'm gonna tell you, this thing is in poor condition. And I really don't want to tell you what I paid for it. I paid a lot of money for that.
Sure.
In
Come on, tell
condition.
us.
My wife might watch my sticker on here for when I die. Okay, I've got these little round stickers on all my records.
Yeah.
So that Andrew doesn't offer my wife $20. I'll tell you what it says.
Does it say
so
1,000?
Andrew doesn't offer my wife $20 for this record. It says 100 plus. Okay. So, and I've told them that doesn't mean it's worth 100. Yeah. It just means don't sell it for less than that,
I would think it would be way more than that.
It's way more than that. It's way more than that.
Yeah, and I know you guys were talking about a Hotter Than Hell episode that you guys did, but I think Jason just got one of those too. But
Yeah.
you know, I love that.
I was going to grab
Love
it, but
Yeah.
man, it sucks too because I got to open it on that episode, and
that's awesome.
and the footage is gone. So
Yeah. So it got lost, huh? It's the lost.
I don't know what happened to it. Something it corrupted or something, and we lost. And it was a good episode.
I bet.
It was.
So
I love that cover, the solo album. And that's why I love
too.
Japanese picture discs, man. You know, on the B side to have, you know, those artwork. I wish they were creative and would do something here in the States like that. You know, I think it'd be awesome. Record Store Day or something.
Absolutely, there needs to be a Record Store Day version. Tom could talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed that a couple times, and you know, there was a Kiss Record Store Day promotion that was going to happen before the singles box came out, and what it was 445s in a box for Destroyer, and so we actually went out and found another set of 4 picture sleeves from around the world to put these singles in, so we weren't going to just replicate what was in the singles box. And that's actually a little tougher than what you think, because there's just not that many versions of Detroit Rock City Beth. You know,
right.
Plenty of Beth Detroit Rock City, and man, I'm telling you for a fact that thing was a go until like 3 days before they were supposed to press it, and then it got bumped out. You know, Now I have, and you know, I try not to pester people. You know, that's not what anybody has me around for. But I went ahead and sent somebody at Universal. I saw a mock-up that somebody had done. Frank Aquilina, from one of the guys on the page from Australia, had done a mock-up of the solo LPs with colored vinyl. You know, had the Obi strips on them. And then I thought I had just gotten that Japanese solo box. I thought, shit, man, that's the one right there.
Right.
You know? So I sent them the mock-up of all that. I said, look, I'm not going to bother you, but if you will put this out as a box set, I don't care what you price it at, you're gonna sell it out, and you'll make whatever you want to make. And never heard a word.
And they've got to know that. I mean, Kiss stuff sells, man. I mean, it does. I mean, there's a fan base there that, like you said before, Tom, that, you know, of our era, that actually likes to have the music, the vinyl in our hands. You know, it isn't a digital, you know, copy, but the actual physical copy in your hands. And I think that would sell. I mean, Kiss stuff sells. I mean, I go into a record store, used record store. It's probably how I ended up collecting other artists, is because Kiss stuff's usually picked over and gone.
Yes,
true. There's a lot of collectors, man. There's a lot, and you know, Kiss fans are rabid, and it seems like Universal should know that there's some money to be made. I really believe it. Even I know they always put out new artists, and another Flaming Lips box set. They're from Oklahoma. I can't diss Flaming Lips, but I just did, I guess. But
you did, yes, you did.
Well, no, but sorry. Like, because
I think Kiss, it would sell, man. I just really believe it would sell.
Because I mean, there's what
you
mean by the Flaming Lips is there are bands like that there's always some exclusive that's coming out. There's never been a Kiss exclusive that came out. I mean, what's the last Kiss vinyl release that came out? Well, we had the singles box set, and then we had Kissteria. We had to wait so long for those. So long.
Yeah.
And furthermore, what makes me so mad about that, we didn't even get anything new. They just gave us the same shit again. You know? Here, buy this again. It's got a different cover. It's printed on different paper. It's newer. They didn't give us anything new.
Right.
Yeah. So those Japanese solo album picture disc, how long have you had those?
I've had those about 4 years as well.
4 years.
Yeah.
And that's kind of...
There was a period, funny enough, I think it would be maybe 07, 08, before Sonic Boom, where there was, you know, collectors kind of go in cycles. You kind of find that, especially if you watch trends on eBay and other kind of auction sites, where, you know, when the band's sort of in a down period, collectors start selling off a lot of stuff. And I think I hit a period there where I was finding a lot of stuff about 6 years ago. And I was able to finally get things that I didn't have before. It seemed like it was right before Sonic Boom, and then the band started coming back. Right. You know, and it seems like now there's fewer and fewer things. But if you kind of watch that, and I guess I'm admitting my age here, but you can kind of see trends and cycles, I feel, in collectors when they start kind of selling things when the band's in a down period.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Well, and well, back to those solo picture discs. I don't have that set. I went for a long time where I would have liked to have bought a set of them, but I had caught wind that there were counterfeits but I had no idea how to tell the difference in them. And again, there's another good thing about the internet. I know now, although the gene's a little tough. Other than looking for that, I forget what that word is on the back side, but it gets cut off on the disc.
Right.
Yeah. But the rest of them, if they got red print on the back, I don't buy them, unless you're getting a hell of a deal. I mean, I would hate to spend, $350, $400 and find out I got a counterfeit, which actually happened to me on a single that I got, John. I don't know if you saw that one or not, that episode. And I'm not too big a man to admit I got taken. It happens. It happens, and that's why I get so adamant about this stuff. When people are just they think it's not a big deal. Oh, I'm just going to make this. It's cool looking, and then meanwhile, 3 sellers down the road, Tom gets taken to the cleaner on
that. Is exactly right. That's
and it can happen
forever.
Yeah. And you can admit that. And I would just recommend to new beginning collectors, guys that are just coming into this, learn, educate yourself, learn about copies and pressings. And really, it's amazing you can. I've learned so much in the last few years. I learned stuff watching your page about the creatures, before you spend a lot of money, make sure you know what you're buying.
And don't just rely on Discogs as your source of information, because there's a lot of misinformation on
very Discogs. True.
Yeah, and I don't mean to come off like I'm hating on that site.
Right.
The problem with it is nobody's ever going to clean it up.
Right.
And so people have gone in there with good intentions for the most part and put good information in there, but there's crap that's filtered into it, and it'll never get cleaned up.
At the end of the day, it's a selling site just like eBay, and anybody can type any information they want to into a listing, and it can be right or wrong. And many times it's wrong, and you just need to double check.
A lot of people have sent me over to that page. Like when I was looking for my Peter Criss 85, or even when I was looking for my Leather Records Too Fast for Love from Motley, they were like, go to Disc. I'm like, no. But first of all, I don't think the page is user friendly at all.
I don't either.
I don't like the design. I don't like the way the information is presented on there, and I don't like how easy it is to forge information. I'm sure it's easy to forge information on eBay, but at least there's pictures and you have protection on eBay.
Right.
So, and then with collectors like us, hardcore collectors, and you want specific releases and labels and pressings, a lot of sellers unfortunately place albums in the wrong areas. Mm-hmm. So you think you're getting this specific pressing, and you're something else shows up, and then you try to explain to the seller, no, this wasn't the original Elvis Presley, living stereo pressing. This is the second one. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? You're like, no, you listed it in the wrong area.
Right. That's exactly right. And that's exactly why, try to warn Discogs,
Yeah.
People, they want to use it as the reference, and you just can't. You've got to cross-reference that stuff.
It's sort of the Wikipedia.
That's exactly what it is.
That's
what it is.
Yeah, you can get a good idea, but not the best idea.
Right.
I don't know if anything's perfect.
No, nothing can be perfect.
Yeah, I found some stuff on there too. I've been lucky, and I've gotten a couple of buys as well. But it's definitely, you've got to, talk to the seller, ask questions, before you dive in. And again, if you're spending a lot of money, man, you want to make sure you know what you're getting.
I'll tell you a really funny story about my Creatures picture disc that I just bought.
Only if it's funny. Otherwise, we're editing it out.
Well, I'm the editor, so all you guys, the show is just going to be all me. So anyway, so I offered, it was up there, and I think there was a buy it now or something, or no, there wasn't a buy now. It was like an opening bid, and I offered him a little bit more of the opening bid, and I was like, plus shipping. I go, end it right now so we don't have to wait for this auction. And he said no. Yeah, I ended up being the only bidder, and I got it for less than I originally offered it to him.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you guys, if y'all ever ask me to end an auction, it ain't happening. It's just not happening.
Sometimes I've gotten lucky it's happened.
I know some people will do it, but I have yet to understand what the benefit is to a seller to stop the auction.
There's not, other than if they think that it's something that they're not going to sell. And you're not going to be selling anything that's not going to sell. So,
right.
It's like these Arrow Live 2s that I got. I mean, those guys don't know what they have. They thanks. They think it's a Kiss Alive 2, and the last 50 they sell on eBay sold for $15. So if someone comes along and offers them 40, they're like, this auction's never going to get to 40. I'm getting one over on this guy.
Yeah, okay. I guess where I'm coming from is people where they've got like a minimum set on it or something, or the bidding is moving up.
Sure,
yeah. Or as a seller, you've got 40 watchers.
Right.
You know, it's like you don't want to, maybe the bid's still low, but you've got some watchers, and I sell stuff too. I've got to make a little money back as I upgrade. You invest a lot of money in this stuff, but you got 40 watchers watching it. You don't want to take it down.
No, absolutely not.
You need to trade on our page, man. I don't hardly ever sell any records anymore, but I trade like crazy. And you know what? Everybody is good that I've ever traded with because, let's be honest. Nobody wants it. Like, I'm not going to send something real crappy to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate several $100s one time on a deal because you know what? I'm not going to have anybody complain about me on the page. It's just not going to happen.
Same way.
So I think you would find that. I mean, I've gotten so much stuff from overseas that I would just never see it. It never comes to eBay, and and we got a great bunch of guys.
A pile of great guys.
Yeah.
And like Tom and I discussed, eBay is charging a lot now for a seller. I mean, there's a lot of built-in costs now, and it's not advantageous sometimes. And I think it's great. It's a new world to me, like actually selling and or trading on a page, and I'll hopefully kind of get into the rhythm of it. But
these guys go crazy to trade with you, man.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I mean, they would. Yeah. They would.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely build up a lot of stuff, and
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Again, kudos, man. I love this this podcast. I love the page. It's fun for me, to check out. I check it out almost every day just to kind of see what's going on.
Awesome.
I even love the drama and the fighting.
They made this.
When we go off the air, maybe we'll tell you a little bit about stuff.
Right. We might do that. But just so you know, I started the page. I was a member of another page, and it was not moderated very well, in my opinion and others' opinions. And I got chastised for talking about something in an
8-track
in a discussion
here too, man.
Huh?
You're always showing them here too.
Yeah, I was talking.
I love 8-tracks. I love 8-tracks.
I do too.
Someone was talking about the
was it Dynasty?
The cropped Dynasty photo on the vinyl, and on some of the formats you can see more of the photo, and of course you can on some of the copies of Dynasty you can see
white that as well.
Right. I had mentioned that, posted that, because someone was asking about it on the Dynasty vinyl, and I got, not PM'd and said, hey, you don't need to be talking about 8-tracks. This is a vinyl only page. I got publicly chastised for doing this. Jeez. and it was ridiculous, and I was like, you know what, I'm not, and I'd seen people get banned, great collectors get banned from this page, so I said, I'm just going to start another page.
Sure.
And maybe it won't go anywhere, and so I started another page, and the first person I asked to come on the page basically was my friend Pablo down in Argentina, and then Tom. Pablo has moderated web, because I also run a Kiss torrent page for bootleg stuff, and it's been up for like 9 years. And Pablo is one of my moderators, so he's the first person I asked to come on, and then I asked Tom, hey, this page is, kind of running its course. Let's start this, and let's try to make it a no drama kind of place. Whenever the drama does creep in, man, it's very frustrating, because we don't.
It's silliness.
It's silliness. We don't want to be that page. We don't want to be banning people for calling people names and butthurt. We want people to be respectful.
Sure.
As the page grows, though, it's hard to keep.
Yeah.
Because personalities are going to get in there that don't mesh with that line of thinking, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I guess people don't like when I call them a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked this.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
And you know what? And Bag of Dicks is the nice version because it's like, Bag of Dicks, suitcase full of dicks, wheelbarrow full of dicks. It keeps on going up. It keeps on going up.
Anyway.
So,
well,
all
you
right.
got any other questions?
Yeah. I mean, this was cool. This was cool. Just getting our next episode is going to have a similar format to it that we get to just chat with someone who has a couple cool vinyls. So here's the last question for you. What's the one vinyl that you don't have that you want?
That's a good question.
Oh, that is a great question. Oh man.
Could be two.
Yeah, you got me on the.
You
got me. I know. Boy, that's a great question. I've got a lot of. There's always something new. I do have to say here that I think the reissues, these recent vinyl reissues, man, or the definitive copies. I think Jason's talked about before. I have a high-end turntable because I do enjoy my collection. I do play the stuff. I collect the Japanese stuff. I'm familiar with what sounds good and what doesn't sound good without being, arrogant. But I think the new stuff sounds fantastic. This new vinyl. And everybody freaked out initially, the prices on them, but they didn't realize, who was pressing them, the quality that went into pressing them.
And the prices
and I had to learn the hard way because I did buy some of the German copies because I like censored logo just to have something different. But compared to the U.S. versions, it's day and night,
Absolutely.
And I love how Psycho Circus sounds. I think it sounds great on vinyl. I know it's a lot of information pressed on there, but I think it sounds phenomenal, man. It sounds really good. So,
I'm so
actually, I need to. Again, my point was I need to complete, believe it or not, the U.S. copies. I've got, like I said, the exclusives, and I collected the German versions, and I have the first 3 albums, but I still have yet to get Alive 2. The U.S. pressings. So
once we end the episode, I want to talk to you about something real quick. So
okay.
All right.
So yeah, I need to complete my collection on these new pressings. Yeah.
Me too. Me too, Jason. My birthday's coming up.
That's right. Andrew doesn't want help, guidance. He just wants you to give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, and before we go, it doesn't have anything to do with vinyl, but I want to show you a little surprise here.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, hang on. We're Kiss fans. We love the vinyl included. Hang on.
That's my thing. What he mentioned earlier, that he's a Kiss collector, but vinyl has always been the center of his collection. That's always been mine too, because vinyl was the first thing that was the first piece of merchandise I ever bought of Kiss, and so it's always stayed. Even when I sold my collection in '99 to Peter Arquette, I kept it. One copy of the complete set of the catalog.
Kind of a unique piece. Now I show stuff. I have to preface this by saying I don't show stuff to look what I got and you don't have, or cause a battle. I just know that you guys, as Kiss fans, I share this with people that can truly appreciate stuff. And if you can see, this is a bell. Wow. And it's kind of hard to see. You see the Kiss logo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what this is.
Yeah, this is the Firehouse bell that Paul rung, however you say that, on the first tour. You see it on ABC in concert. He goes over to the bell.
Oh, my God.
And that's the bell right there.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
How did you get that?
Well, I have to give a shout out to John Rubin, if you're familiar with his site. I believe it's Kiss Rocks, isn't it?
Yeah, Kiss Rocks.
KissRocks.net, I believe. John Rubin. Anyway, he hooked me up with a guy who had a dance studio in New York, older guy, retiring, was cleaning out a place. Kiss rehearsed there back in the day. He, for some reason, recalls the era of, he went to the Nassau Coliseum, the New Year's Eve show, as being one of the last times they were in there, and then were heading out on tour. But they left behind some things, and the bell being one, and along with this came a fire extinguisher with a sticker slapped on it, which is the first album sticker, the silver logo, the same one that's on the Creatures album that's on this fire extinguisher. So I've acquired, I didn't intentionally go for the Firehouse collection, but John contacted me, and he had 2 things. I don't know if it was the same seller. He had the guy who had the dance studio, Kiss rehearsed him with this, and he had another guy that had the embossing plates for the faces on double platinum. that they used to make the covers. The original ones, which would have been awesome. Maybe to have. I guess, did they recreate those, Tom, for the exclusives?
They did, man, and you aren't kidding. They did not know how, and I don't know how they finally ended up getting it done. But yeah, they were having a hell of a time. Oh man, we should have known each other back then. They could have.
But as it turns out, I didn't. He was like, he had offered it to another seller, so I got the bell, but somebody else bought the embossing plate, so I didn't get it.
Wow, that is crazy.
But he did
bell's crazy.
Picture.
That's amazing. Show it one more
And
time.
so that's engraved in there, isn't it?
That is the logo. Yeah, very.
I'm shocked they went to such great detail on that.
That long ago,
awesome.
yeah. That is amazing. So it's only on one side? It's just that
only
side?
on one side. I don't have the stand or the mount. It just has a hole there. And it's really heavy.
I bet.
Really heavy.
You know, you could probably use that for a planter box, too.
Just put that upside down and put some
flour in there.
Yeah.
No, but this is wonderful to have. I love.
That's one of the coolest collectibles.
That is.
Seen.
That is very cool. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
We'll end it there.
We got to end it there.
You can't top that.
Shatter wads.
We want to thank John Humphrey for joining us on episode 8, Kiss My Wax, and we'll hope to have a few more of you on some page. We'll have John back, and maybe John can come and sit in with us on when we do a record one time or something.
Yeah, I'd love to. I don't know when you'll go back and do compilations, but I have to say my favorite release is the originals. I love the packaging. I kind of have a story about that's how I discovered the first 3 albums, the booklet and everything that came with that. Anyway, if you guys ever cover the originals, I'd love to be in on that episode. I just love. That's one of my favorites.
We can probably work that out.
Man. We'll hold you to it.
Yeah, we'll hold you to it. We'll work that out.
All
right.
I'd love to.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, guys.
Want more wax? Visit us at www.kissmywax.net, download the show on iTunes, or email us at contact@kissmywax.net.